Had a great weekend last weekend with the first 4 winners here at Rose Hill. Where do you want to start?
Well, we won both the 2-year-old races, both group races. That was very pleasing.
Big buzz.
Without sort of horses being wound up, Fiesta for Denise Martin, Star Thoroughbred, scored a really good win. And she was very unlucky in the Gimcracker, of course, at the start of the season. So Performer to back that up, to give us a 2-year-old double.
Unbeaten colt.
Yes. Didn't win by much, but he did have the extra 3 kilos there. Went very slow. He was posted 3 wide. His sectional times were amazing, and he's pulled up very well. So Will Spaces runs through to the Golden Slipper, most likely run 2 weeks before on the Todman. That's what I'm comfortable with. He'll have a trial prior to then, and
But both head to the Slipper?
I think so, yeah. Obviously both will have another run before the Slipper. Both have got group wins next to their name. That's what all the breeders and all the experts with the 2-year-olds supposedly want early in the season, but we've done that. We won't fall into the trap of over-racing them or trying to get them where they shouldn't be. We'll make sure that they're at the end of the season as well as the start.
And we'll quickly mention Charlene, who looks a very exciting filly for us.
Made it 2 for 2. She's doing it on natural ability, I think it's fair to say. Yep. She's pulling up well from her races and
improving mentally as well.
For sure. Big step up next start. May well run in the light fingers in 8 days or 10 days time. So big step up in class, but hey, always like an up and coming 3-year-old at this time of the year.
And Salomon, who's had a campaign to match no other.
I think he's won 4 races, close to it.
This might be 5.
Really. So doing a fantastic job. That's what racing's all about, bringing your mates along with a horse that can turn up at the races every few weeks and win $100,000 races. So his owners are getting a great time, and he's a great advertisement for the stable. My staff are doing a fantastic job keeping horses like him up, and of course your 2-year-olds racing first up as well. So great all-round day for the stable.
And as all the media want to know, we'll have a little bit on Winx.
Winx, as everybody would know by now, she's not going to run in the Apollo Stakes. I don't feel, after discussing it with the people around me, such as Charlie, Hugh Bowman, the owners, other key people in the system, we've decided that we think we can get her ready for a Chipping Norton first up. That means she's not going to be over-raced. We're going to give her a 3-race preparation, all being well. The 3rd race being the Queen Elizabeth, if we get that far. And obviously somewhere along the way we'll make a decision whether she's going to the other side of the world, back to England to race. So one step at a time is most important. Let the horse do the talking. And Chipping Norton first up on the 3rd of March. We'll give her a trial before then, make sure that she's cherry ripe. And from there, the George Rider. So we've got 3 weeks from her first up run to a 2nd up run. That gives her sufficient time to recover from the first up run and then build towards the 2nd up, and then 3 weeks into the Queen Elizabeth. All the so-called experts say that she races better on a 3-week break, and that she might be better at her 3rd up run, not her 4th or 5th up run. So we'll see how good of judges they are, and see if the winning success of Winx can continue a little bit further.
And just quickly, you were happy with the trial?
Very happy with the trial.
Forgotten about the trial and worried about her going first up?
No, really happy with the trial. She had a good blow after the trial, so she'll come on nicely thanks to it. Obviously that 3rd trial will be important to ensure she's rock hard fit in about 3.5 weeks' time.
Friday night, we've just got a small team. Just one at Moonee Valley, his Kalachi, 2,500 metres.
Needs to improve a bit, Charlie. There's a couple of runners. This preparation has been a bit disappointing, but at least he's up to a suitable trip.
Blink as well?
He'll need them.
Okay, Canterbury, race 1. We've got half the field, but we've only got 2 runners, which is a bit odd, but anyway. Kieran McAvoy, Jolly Honour, barrier 2, and Hilo Bet, barrier 4, Ty England.
Well, Jolly Honour went down barest to margins last start at Warwick Farm, so doesn't get the penalty of winning the race, which is fortunate. I think Canterbury will suit him because good camber will help the horse build momentum, get his revs up, and let down strongly be very hard to beat. Hilo Bet, she ran a lot better than her finishing placing might suggest first up. I think they ran home about 33.5 seconds at Warwick Farm. Hugh was on her that day and he was very happy. she'll certainly appreciate stepping up to 1550.
Race 2, the 1250 metre maiden, we have Pure Hawk, barrier 5 in a field of 8, also in 1400 at the Provincial Saturday.
Trialled well over 1200 metres last week. He's come through that well and doesn't look an overly strong race. He'll be in the top 3.
Okay, race 3, we have Campaign. He's had a solid campaign this preparation, and from barrier 3 he jumps with Blake Shin in the saddle.
Only a field of 9 runners. The bottom weight's got 56, so his weight I think is 58.5. Won't be a concern. It was a very good second last start. The winner sort of dictated to him a little bit in the straight, so his work's been very good. He's a great chance Friday night.
And we also have last start winner Huang Shan, who's trialled since.
Step up in grade. He's a big horse, not perfect for Canterbury, but the extra distance will certainly suit. He's a type of horse that can continue going upwards, so he'll be a rough chance.
Race 4, Aquatic, Declan McDonough, barrier 6.
Run second his last 2 starts. Last start went down by the barest of margins. Great run. He's racing with confidence. This draw will suit him, just to give him a bit of room. And Declan, of course, rode him last start.
Race 5, Prescott, Glenn Schofield, barrier 6, second up.
Needs to improve, also be entered for the provincials on Sunday, but don't think we've quite seen the best of him. Well, I hope we haven't seen the best of him yet. Let's hope he can run a place Friday night.
Okay, race 6, we have Esther Crowe, second up with the lead claiming 2.
Disappointing first up. I think he's looking for a bit further, but he needs a fill-in race to get him up in trip, so we'll hope he can run in the first 3.
And Multifacets, second up.
Great chance, good second placing first up. Second up, I think he'll be very hard to beat. An $80,000 race on Friday night, good prize money. The ATC getting great crowds along on Friday night, and everybody's enjoying their racing there. Well done.
Saturday Interstate, we'll start off with Doomben. We have 3 in the first. Great Glen with Larry Cassidy, barrier 7.
Unlikely to run, Charlie. He'll also be in on Saturday at Warwick Farm.
Carini, barrier 1, Robbie Farad.
Slightly disappointing last start. Her work since then's been good. She's drawn well, gets a nice run, only a small field. Probably out of her grade a little. You'd have to respect the top 2 horses in the race.
And Irish Optimism, barrier 4, Jim Byrne.
Yeah, I'd prefer Carini over him, but let's hope he does improve. He did win 2 starts ago at Canterbury before disappointing last start at Warwick Farm. He's gone up to Queensland for a change of scenery and slightly easier racing, so let's hope that works, or we at least start to see some improvement on Saturday.
In the 3-year-old mile, we've got 2 good chances, but both drawn awkwardly. Iowa, Jeff Lloyd, barrier 12.
Yeah, had no luck this preparation at all. She has managed to win a race, but the races she hasn't won, she's been extremely unlucky. She'll need a bit of luck from the draw, but I was up there late last week, thought she looked fantastic, and her work since then has been very good.
And another $1, Robbie Farad, barrier 13.
Couldn't have been any more impressive in her 2 career starts. First up, she ran second when she missed the start by 3 or 4 lengths. Last start, she was an impressive winner, albeit at the Gold Coast. She'll be a good chance Saturday, but from that gate, she's going to need a bit of luck.
Okay, down to Caulfield, we've just got the 2 in. We've got Andaz from barrier 2, Michael Walker takes over.
Looks a competitive 3-year-old group race here, but we've got him aiming towards the Australian Guineas in 3 weeks' time. His first up run was a pass mark with a big weight. The 1400 metres will suit. He's got a good jockey, good draw. I'm sure he'll be hitting the line strongly.
And the Group 1 CF4, we have Shillelagh.
Michael D.
Winner.
Yeah, Michael D. retains the ride after winning the Group 1 Cantelar Stakes during Cup Week in November. So she's been set for this race. First up, she's had the 2 trials in Sydney. She's obviously a horse that races well left-handed and right-handed. She's got a great draw. Yep, it's weight for age. It's some of the best horses in the country running. I think she could well be one of them. So I expect her to run well, and she'll be hard to beat.
Saturday Metro Sydney runners, Warwick Farm. In the first, we've got 3 in it. We've got Burbank, who's in an 1100 and 1200 metre race. Yeah,
we're not sure which way we're going to go with him. Probably with Denise having 2 runners, we'll run one of them here and one of them in the English Classic, which is worth more money, but this, the Lonhro Plate, obviously holds a higher prestige value being a listed race. So obviously the draw is a bit of a concern, but his first up run was very good, and his training since then has been good. So I think he'll be competitive wherever he goes.
Okay, we also have Phonomy with Declan McDonough, barrier 3.
Yeah, he's coming up from Melbourne. Good run first up at Moonee Valley where he was posted 3 wide. The winner had the drop on him and got past him over the concluding stages. He's a promising horse. This obviously his first time right-handed is a bit of a concern. Drawn well, good jockey, hard to beat.
And we also have Pembroke Castle, who's the other one who's dual accepted.
Yeah, he's had the 1 race start. A little bit disappointing at Rosehill, but nothing went his way. He got a slow getaway, got into a bit of trouble mid-race, made a nice move at the 400 metre mark, but then died on his run. So he'll improve sharply, probably leaning towards running him in the Inglis Classic.
Okay, into the 2400 metre race we have Great Glen, who's also in up the coast.
Yeah, I think we'll keep him to Sydney. Glenn Schofield rides, he knows the horse well. 2400 metres I think will suit him and he's drawn well.
And then we have X-Spec with Declan McDonough.
Yeah, he's interesting. Declan's ridden this horse about 19 times we worked out back in Ireland, so obviously knows the horse well. Won on him a few times as well, so big plus there. And drawn well up to a suitable distance. I'll be disappointed if he's not in the first 2, Charlie.
Okay, and Zorcan, Barrier 5, Blake Shin.
Mixes his form a little. He runs well fresh, and then mixes his form a little from there. So up to the 2400 metre distance, it's new territory to some degree, and I'd expect him to run well.
Okay, and Chatelard, Barrier 7, Brenton Abdullah.
Gradually getting fitter. Much better run last start.
Brenton will suit.
Yeah, it's a big query the distance, but need to try it sooner rather than later, and Saturday's a good time.